This week, President Trump is scheduled to head to the 2018 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The U.S. leader may seem an unlikely guest. Davos brings together the world's political and economic elite for what is generally viewed as a celebration of globalization. Trump, meanwhile, is known for his populist views on trade and criticism of the false song of globalism. Indeed, Trump is expected to call for more reciprocal trade deals in a speech Friday. The scale of the disagreement between the two viewpoints is outlined in a new paper put out by the U.S. network of trade experts ahead of Trump's arrival. It directly challenges his administration's views on trade. S administration is seeking to reduce the trade deficit by renegotiating U.S. trade agreements and adopting more protectionist U.S. policies. In all of Trump's foreign policy, his distaste for what he views as bad trade deals may be one of the most consistent positions. The president has criticized not only multilateral trade deals such as the North American Free Trade Agreement or the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but also bilateral deals with allies, such as the Free Trade Agreement with South Korea. Trade deficits, such as the sprawling gap that exists in trade with China, are a particular subject of ire for the Trump administration too. The WEF paper describes a number of misconceptions about trade and includes short rebuttals to them, as well as two graphs that look at the link between U.S. trade against employment and GDP growth. Lead authors Robert Lawrence, a professor at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government, and Yeling Tan, a postdoctoral fellow at Princeton University, specifically address many ideas about trade put forward by Trump and his surrogates. The paper also takes aim at the idea that trade deficits result in job loss. While in theory the relationship between imports, trade deficits, and employment and growth could be positive or negative, in practice in the United States, rapid import growth and larger trade deficits have been associated with faster employment growth, the authors note. These positions will likely be shared by many at Davos.I. In a recent report compiled by the WEF on the most pressing issues the world faces in the present and may face in the future, the death of trade was listed as a future shock. When Trump appeared at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Da Nang, Vietnam, last year, he gave a speech that struck a distinctly protectionist tone, despite warnings that China was moving to fill the void in international trade. Indeed, even as Trump heads to Davos to mingle with the free trade elites, his team is believed to be in the final stages of planning trade penalties against China for what are viewed as unfair practices. Breitbart called Davos a collective of leftist elites and corporate cronies. Then Trump said he was going